So most people know the part in the Bible that talks about you're not wrestling against flesh and blood, you're wrestling against principalities and powers in high places or dark places. It's along those lines. So this is what principality means. A principality can either be a monarchical feudatory or a sovereign state ruled or reigned over by a regnant monarch with the title of prince and or princess, or by a monarch with another title considered to fall under the generic meaning of the term prince. And so I was looking into this. I found this article that I thought was interesting about the role that principality plays not only in the earthly terrain, but the celestial or the spiritual realm as well, and how it very much it mirrors each other. There's an order and structure to things, just like there's an order to the angels. There's the archangels, and then there's the angels, and everyone plays a role, and that's pretty much how it is here on earth as well. So this says here, principalities hold a unique place within the biblical narrative, offering profound insights into the structure and dynamics of the spiritual realms. Their mention across both the Old and New Testament indicates a layered understanding of cosmic order, significantly influencing theological discourse. The term principality in biblical texts often refers to a specific rank within the hierarchy of spiritual beings. This concept is not merely a relic of ancient language, or I'm sorry, I missed a part here. It says, it signifies a governing authority or dominion. This concept is not merely a relic of ancient language, but a reflection of the structured nature of the spiritual world as perceived in the biblical times. Principalities are frequently mentioned alongside powers, rulers, and authorities, indicating their role within a broader celestial framework. So that's why Jesus had said that you will know that in order to know what is driving, like what you should believe about them, you have to look at their deeds. You have to look at their fruits. Again, God wasn't talking about trees. He was talking, when he talked about trees and bushes, he was talking about people. So just like there's a structured order to heaven, there's a structured order here that very much mirrors that, and it overlaps very much so. And so you have to have discernment. So with Donald Trump, his deeds showed that he was doing what was upright, what is good. And yet many of these principalities, these monarchies with these kings, they have just not been doing good, because many of them got on board with globalists. I found this article, though, was really interesting, the way it broke it all down with the Old and the New Testament. It says here that the prophet Ezekiel offers another glimpse into the nature of principalities through his vivid visions. In Ezekiel 20:28, the lamentation over the king of Tyre is often interpreted as dual reference to both a human monarch and a spiritual entity. This layered interpretation suggests that behind earthly rulers, there are spiritual forces that guide or manipulate their actions. Such texts invite readers to consider the unseen forces at play in the rise and fall of nations. It totally makes sense. And it totally then makes sense why Jesus said the things that he did, and why the Bible is so important to understanding the world around you, even though everybody is, or so many people have wanted to, act like the Bible is so meaningless. Furthermore, the concept of principalities can be discerned in the way the Old Testament describes the division of the world among divine beings. Deuteronomy 32:8-9, for instance, mentions that when the Most High divided humankind, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the number of sons of God. The passage implies a delegated authority where divine beings, possibly principalities, are assigned specific regions or nations. The ancient worldview reflects a structural hierarchy where spiritual entities have defined roles and territories. In prophetic literature, the struggle between these spiritual forces often mirrors the geopolitical tensions of the time. The book of Isaiah provides an example where the prophet speaks against the host of the high ones and the kings of the earth in a single breath, indicating a parallel between celestial and terrestrial realms. This duality reinforces the idea that earthly conflicts are often manifestations of underlying spiritual battles. In the New Testament offers a even more intricate exploration of principalities, weaving them into the fabric of early Christian theology and practice. Paul's epistles, particularly his letters to the Ephesians and Colossians, provide a nuanced understanding of these spiritual entities. In Ephesians 1:21, Paul speaks of Christ being exalted far above all rule and authority, power and dominion, suggesting that principalities are subservient to the ultimate authority of Christ. This hierarchical view emphasizes the supremacy of Christ over all spiritual beings, framing principalities within the broader context of divine sovereignty. In Colossians 2:15, Paul describes how Christ disarmed the powers and authorities, triumphing over them through the cross. This passage highlights the transformative impact Christ's crucifixion, not only as a redemptive act for humanity, but also as a decisive victory over malevolent spiritual forces. The imagery of disarmament suggests a stripping away of power, indicating that principalities, once formidable, have been rendered impotent in the face of Christ's triumph. So this is a long article. It's just interesting because that does seem like what's overlapping. That's why your people that are atheists or just don't, believe in God or definitely don't believe in the Bible, can't see how it's only the people that do believe that can see, no, there's a spiritual component underlaying all of this. So the only way you can recognize who people are is to follow what the Bible says, and the Bible says you will know them by their fruits. So that's why you have to look at the fruits, which is why I say you can't write Donald Trump off as he's trying to bring in the New World Order or say that he's up to no good, because he showed in his first term that his deeds were of most good. They were. He was eradicating trafficking. He was trying to protect America. He warned people about the globalists. So you can't just disregard all that and then say, because there's people that say that are going to say till the end of time, because even people that are in churches like that, running the church, running around saying that Trump's going to usher in the Antichrist. Okay, well, you have to look at his deeds, because God said that the wicked one, the beast, could do no good. Yet what they'll say, but he'll bring signs and wonders. Yeah, he ain't going to bring that good of signs and wonders, because Jesus said that the wicked one has no good in him. He cannot do it. He can't do it because there's no truth in him. So that's why you can't, even though it looks very much parallel to what that world order is doing, that Trump's trying to do. No, Trump is the opposite effect of that. And you know that because the spiritual forces behind that, his principality, that part is good. You know them by their fruits. You either follow the Bible or you don't. Look at all the churches that don't even want to follow the Bible. They're still waiting on the beast to rise, not realizing, no, it basically the beast rose back in the Roman era. Nero. It rose. Many people say that. But everybody thinks all of Revelations will play out in our lifetime. No, it's been playing out for a long time. Discernment is so needed.